Hey, Tom Dalton from Under the Radar, Michigan. I'm at the Mackinac Policy Conference where some of the most important political and business leaders in Michigan are. And wouldn't you just love to go into that crowd over there and find out what they're thinking? Well, that's what I'm here for. Come on, let's go find out. Come on. Come on. What excites you the most about this year's policy conference?
Well, I think that you see that it's upbeat in terms of the economy. There's a sense that the economy is starting to get some traction. I'm not saying we're out of the woods or things are back to where it was in prior to 08 or anything like that. But I think what you have a sense is that there is some traction. There are things turning around. The other thing is the big emphasis that people are believing in Detroit. That the business community thinks that it's a real positive thing that's happening there, and especially with the downtown and the investment. And they're talking through their investment; they're not just giving it lip service.
Just that it's really a great opportunity to have a lot of different voices come together, and the hopes of collaboration. That was my dream, collaboration.
Really, what are some of the exciting things that are being announced at the conference this year?
I think the most exciting thing, is just seeing everybody coming together and looking at it from the business community and government and local, state and governments all coming together and really focusing on the issues and making progress and moving ahead. That's what's really been, I think, the most exciting piece.
This is an important year. It's an important year in the city's future, and I think what excites me is just these are all the people who are involved in the city's future. Young people want to go to the city. I think that's where the action is.
Why do you think this policy conference is so important for the people of Michigan?
Well, I think it's so important that we have business leaders, civic leaders coming together to talk over issues, and then this amazing group of people coming together to discuss it, to network, and then collaboration is built out of that. It's a great recipe for success. It really is.
People's attitude to Detroit seems to have changed, and so the feeling is, how much of this is real, and what kind of innovation, what sort of things do we need to do, not to go back to being the old Detroit, but what will the new Detroit look like?
It's taken a while, but I really do believe that most of the people here recognize that Detroit's success is paramount to Michigan's success. You can't have the state surviving if indeed you still have this city of 700,000 people with no opportunity. And I think there's some real discussion about what's going to happen and what needs to happen to turn that around. So that's a positive. Like I said, it's not necessarily on the agenda, but it's on a lot of people's minds.
It's really an interesting time for us, but there's a lot of great things taking place within the city. I think it's an opportunity for us all to talk about the things that we need to work on together, and hopefully leave energized to make a difference in the city and the region.
The city of Detroit can be the symbol of what is great about America, and people come to the city of Detroit to determine the best practices. How did you all solve this big problem? You had a huge deficit, you had legacy issues, you've solved it. Now you're hiring more people, the city's growing again. How did you all do it? That's what we've got available to us, and I'm satisfied it can be done.
Pardon me, excuse me. Whoa, that's some pretty heavy stuff, some pretty deep thoughts. Well, now that you know what they're all thinking, bet you'd like to know what I'm thinking. Oh.